Hi and welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comments section. Please like and share the video as well. Talking WWE Fastlane, the preview and predictions, the video for this event this Sunday evening. All the matches have been confirmed, and to be brutally honest, just before we go into those predictions, I'm not sure we need this event, if I'm brutally honest. That and Elimination Chamber, I think it should be combined into one event next year. Between the Rumble and WrestleMania, there only needs to be one show. It kind of feels a lot of filler to me, but I'm going to go through and give you my preview and predictions for the show. Going to be starting with the kickoff match, which for me, I'm shocked is on the kickoff. Rey Mysterio going to be taking on Andrade, of course, going to be joined by Zelina Vega at ringside. This match is rumoured as well for WrestleMania, which means if it's on the kickoff now, it could be a kickoff on the show of shows, which for me also seems a massive shock because these two have great chemistry in the ring, and I think that's possibly the reason why this is a kickoff match. A lot of people will probably be coming into the arena, and it'll probably get the crowd really worked up and warmed up and ready for the Fastlane pay-per-view. And if you want an opening match, I mean, these two are great for it, so I'm guessing that's why it's on the preview. But to give a prediction for you, I'm going to stick with Andrade because I don't think this is the last chapter. I think these two are going to still have more in-ring matches going through, certainly up until the Superstar shake-up anyway. So for that reason, I'm going to pick Andrade to pick up the W here because it gives a reason for this rivalry to continue. Going to go then into the main card for you now. I'm going to start with the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Asuka going to be taking on Mandy Rose. Now, first off, I want to say I've noticed over progressive months how much Mandy Rose has improved and has been given television time as well, and she's made the most of that time. Her promo work has got better. Her in-ring skills are better, even if they're still not absolutely perfect. They are much better than what they were this time 12 months ago. So kudos to Mandy Rose. She is developing and doing well, and I think she's got a big future in WWE. But in the meantime, looking here, it's Fastlane. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Let's be serious. She's not winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka recently has had a renewed push, has been given the belt. Unfortunately, has been sort of missing off TV since a big victory over Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble. She did lose Asuka to Mandy Rose on the road here to Fastlane. It all feels to me Asuka will be retaining the gold here and moving on to WrestleMania to a perhaps more bigger opponent, shall we say, for the grandest show of shows. Possibly Lacey Evans, possibly Nikki Cross. I still would love to see a crossover with a Raw brand here and possibly see someone from the Raw side get an opportunity, but we'll have to wait and see how and where it will play out going into WrestleMania. Next, I'll look at the Women's Tag Team Championships. The Boss and Hug Connection going to be taking on Nia Jax and Tamina. Now, the champions have just won the belts last month at Elimination Chamber. Let's not make a hot potato out of these belts. I think that the Boss and Hug Connection are going to move on to WrestleMania, and I have a feeling they're going to be defending those belts against Trish Stratus and Lita. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the faces. I think that Bayley and Sasha Banks will actually retain the belts. Next, going to be looking at the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Going to be the Usos defending against Shane McMahon and The Miz. For me, the Usos here will be retaining the belts here. I think we are finally going to get the split between Shane McMahon and The Miz. It's been building since Crown Jewel, and to be fair, the storyline has gone on quite nicely. It's been spread out well. Not everything's been thrown in our face within week 1 and week 2. It's been built over a number of months, and I feel that we are going to get a very similar reaction to the last pay-per-view. The Usos to pick up the victory again. Remember that this is in Miz's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio at Fastlane. His dad is going to be at ringside. We're probably going to see a very similar camera work and camera shot of them two walking up the aisle again, hand in hand, or arm in arm, should I say. And I think that we are going to see Miz turn on Shane McMahon. I think that Miz will go back to being a heel. Shane McMahon will remain a face, and it will finally have these two in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. I do still feel that looking at those two, I think that this program for The Miz, he's better than that. He deserves a better WrestleMania match and opponent. But Shane McMahon can go and does put out some good matches from time to time. And I'm sure that them two, they've put a good story together. I'm sure it'll be a good match at WrestleMania. As for the Usos, I expect them to move on to face the Hardy Boys when it comes to the grandest stage of them all. Next, we'll look at the Raw Tag Team Championships and probably the most unpredictable match of the evening. And I'm looking forward to it as well. A triple threat tag team match here. The Revival going to be defending the belts against the glorious Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. And as well as that, the newly called up Ricochet and Aleister Black. Now, for me, this has got makings of a show stealer all over it here. One of the more exciting matches. But I'm going to go with some safe predictions here for the booking. I think that looking at this, I think it's too soon for Ricochet and Aleister Black to pick up gold. But also, they can't afford the defeat either. And I think this is why we've got 3 teams in this match. I can see personally that Black and Ricochet will not be involved in the decision. I think later in WWE programming, they're going to actually be single stars as well. I don't think we're going to keep them as a tag team, nor should we keep them as a tag team. But then to make the prediction, we should look at it. I think the Revival will pick up the W, and I think that we're going to see them pick up the W over Chad Gable and Bobby Roode to retain the belts. I think this is building as well towards a heel turn between Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. It seems to be teased over the last few weeks, and I can see that possibly happening on Monday Night Raw within the next few weeks. There seems to be a little bit of this resentment towards the recent NXT call-ups. Not that most of the NXT call-ups are getting any TV time, but it seems that it's annoying people of the likes of Chad Gable, Bobby Roode. We've seen on Raw as well, the Ascension. There's quite a few teams there that are not happy about these call-ups, and I think that they are the latest team that could turn heel as a result of these call-ups. So right there, we'll look for the next match on the card, and we're going to be looking at the reunion of The Shield. That's right, Roman Reigns is back, and of course, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, they're all on the same page here. They've done the same old song and dance here for them being reformed here, but it's supposed to be one last time because Dean Ambrose, of course, is not renewing his WWE contract. Is it a work? Is it storyline? I'm not quite sure. I mean, to be brutally honest, they are bringing it to light on television. Now, either they are trying to use this as a platform and try and backstage to make sure that Dean Ambrose resigns, or really this is the last time we're going to see it. But they're going to be taking on Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. Let's be real here, guys. Roman Reigns' first official match back. There's only going to be one winner. The Shield are going to pick up the W here. I don't see any twists and turns. I don't see any Dean Ambrose turn on the Shield again. I think that this is going to be pure nostalgia at its best, and I do think we are going to get the faces pick up the victory here. And whatever happens with Dean Ambrose, if he goes off into the sunset to greener pastures new, then fair play to him. It'll be a nice send-off for him. For Roman Reigns, it's a great way to introduce him back into the program. And for Seth Rollins, of course, it's a nice momentum builder on the road to WrestleMania where he's going to take on the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Right then, next we are going to look at the WWE Championship match, Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. That's right, I think that the WWE Championship is not going to main event this particular show. I think it could have done if the match was against Kofi Kingston, but it's not. It's against Kevin Owens. A lot of people are a bit annoyed about it with Kofi Kingston not being in the match and people saying Kofi got screwed. Well, let's be fair here. Let's be real. Kofi Kingston, people have seen the momentum backstage at Vince McMahon, Triple H, and they realise Kofi, it's time for him to get his moment. So Kofi, for me, is getting the WrestleMania match, and I think that they can build that here this evening on this particular show. For me, personally, Daniel Bryan is going to retain the championship. That's where I think we should personally start here by looking at the match. So yeah, Daniel Bryan will retain the championship. How he'll do it, I'm not so sure. I mean, for me personally, looking at this wasn't the best program for me for Kevin Owens to come back in. I mean, he's been thrown in here. And I don't normally complain about the idea of Kevin Owens being given a WWE Championship match on a pay-per-view. It's something that I've wanted for a long time, but this just doesn't feel the right time nor the right place, and I feel that it can only do damage here. I don't really want to see him jobbed out because he's just come back from a long, lengthy injury. Okay, he's in a high-profile match here and perhaps will only fall some way slightly down the card, but I still think it could be damaging for him to lose the match. I mean, there are other ways possibly that could help him could cost him the match or make him lose. I mean, Luke Harper could return and help Daniel Bryan, I mean, of course, we could just simply have Rowan help Daniel Bryan. Of course, he's already in Daniel Bryan's corner. Of course, there's rumours that Mustafa Ali could come back, and he did come back on SmackDown this past week, but that he could be involved in some way in this match, and that leads to him being involved at WrestleMania somehow. Maybe him, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, and Daniel Bryan in a fatal four-way. For me, too many, doesn't work. Cluster, no, doesn't work for me. Again, not the right program. This program needs to lead simply to Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. It is the right time and it's the right place. It's Kofi's moment, and it's just how we're going to get there. So perhaps maybe even Kofi Kingston could be a reason of why Kevin Owens could lose this match. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that played a part either. But it's not really what I would predict to happen at this particular match. I think Daniel Bryan will win, whether it be the likes of Rowan or a returning Harper to help. And from what I would do then, I mean, this is how I would conclude and give Kofi that WrestleMania moment. Is of course New Day said that they would be there this past week on SmackDown Live. I'd have the New Day music kit. I'd have Big E with the big announcement. But instead of all the pancakes and the positivity and loving when they come through the curtain, I want to see 3 serious New Day faces come through the curtain, staring at the ringside. I want them to come halfway down. I want Kofi to look one way at Xavier Woods, get a nod. Look at Big E the other side, get a nod, and just see Kofi run down to that ringside, get into the ring, perhaps duck a clothesline from Daniel Bryan, take out whoever is at Daniel Bryan's help in the ring out. Let's just say it's Rowan now, because that's currently what we do know. Rowan is taken out of the equation. We see Daniel Bryan come back in, and instead of actually getting the upper hand on Kofi, we see a trouble in paradise, and we see Kofi lifting up the belt. I think that would be the perfect momentum builder to get Kofi in that match for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. I think that personally is what needs to happen this Sunday at the Fastlane pay-per-view. Last but certainly not least, and there's a reason I'm putting this last because I think it will be the main event. It's Charlotte Flair going to be taking on Becky Lynch. Now, of course, if Becky Lynch wins, she's added to the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. It becomes a triple threat. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair going against Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion. If Becky loses, then of course it's just a standard one-on-one match. Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. So, well, Becky Lynch has been taking lots of beatings, can barely walk, has signed an agreement saying that she will not hold WWE responsible for any injuries that she may suffer at the Fastlane pay-per-view. I think it's quite clear. It's going to be a triple threat all the way here. Becky Lynch will find a way to pick up the W, and she will be heading to WrestleMania, and it will be a triple threat match. Now, for me, I think that that's the best route to take as well, because so far, this entire storyline for me has been a bit of a mess. Becky Lynch has been suspended, keeps coming back even though she's meant to be suspended, gets arrested. It just, for me, didn't make much storyline sense that she just continually defied authority. Then she had to just apologise and should be in the main event. Well, of course you're going to apologise. Vince then just says, well, you're not going to be in the main event anyway. It's Charlotte Flair, and just the Royal Rumble means absolutely nothing. We then see, I mean, of course, with Becky Lynch, she seems to continuously be able to beat people up on one leg, including Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. She's now had the suspension lifted because Ronda Rousey is threatened to vacate the belt. The belt was then seen as vacated. It's now been given back to her. The whole thing for me, and I'm going on a rant here, is just a mess. So for me, let's just fix it. Keep it simple. Becky wins. Triple threat match. We'll go towards WrestleMania. And hopefully, just hopefully, the next 4 weeks of writing after this pay-per-view will be a little bit better than what we've had going up. I know that they've tried to repackage Becky as like the new Steve Austin, and there's been some similarities in storylines from 1997 in there. But for me, I don't know why, but I just feel there's a lack of consistency in the writing. I like the effort, but they're not conveying it in a way for me where it makes any sense at all. So yeah, that's a little rant to finish off the video there, unfortunately. But Becky Lynch, I hope, will be winning, and I'm quite confident she'll be winning. She deserves to be in this WrestleMania main event, and she deserves to walk away with the Raw Women's Championship, which I'm pretty sure she's going to do, and probably going to be beating Charlotte Flair to win the belt in the grandest stage of them all as well, because I can't see Ronda Rousey taking that fall. But that's all from me anyway here on SCW, talking about WWE Fastlane. If you've got predictions, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below right now. Do you agree with my predictions? Let me know what you think. I actually want to know what you think and will reply to the comments as well. Keep an eye out for more videos as and when they're uploaded. Please subscribe to the channel. You are watching SCW here on YouTube.com. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.